welcome to my channel. This is my first video. There's no editing involved, and sorry for the low quality. I'm acknowledging first of all this is going to be a video of Google I/O 2014 and analysis of it, which happened yesterday. And let's begin. And I would like to start off by saying that this year's Google I/O, while it introduced many interesting products, it wasn't quite as exciting, quite as experimental, quite as amazing as the last few I/O. For example, in one Google I/O, uh, a skydiver actually wore Google Glass and skydived, and that was a really magical experience. This year there was no experimental, all products, everything serious, and then let's begin with it. And this is not going to be a chronological order, so I will tell you the announcements in any way they happened. And well, uh, the thing is, this time there were no experimental projects such as Google Glass, Project Tango, Project Ara, or anything else at Google I/O's Keynote. They may have been unveiled later, but they were in the focus. They were in the focus for Google, and that was a bit disappointing, really, as earlier Google was an experimental company, but it seems like it suddenly got serious. But we hope we hope that this doesn't continue. And also this time Android Wear finally got consumer ready. Android Wear is basically an operating system, yeah, Android for smartwatches. And well, there are quite a few, there are two or three Android Wear smartwatches, and we like the Moto 360, which in my opinion is the best looking of all, the LG watch. And well, also many others hardware partners have signed up, and to no surprises, as the rumors went, Samsung has unveiled an Android Wear smartphone. Uh, Samsung was trying to switch to Tizen by ditching Android first in Galaxy Gear and replacing it with Tizen. But it seems Samsung is willing to experiment to see how much success it can garner with Android Wear. As Android Wear is a really exciting operating system for wearables, it's actually the first attempt at bringing all the wearables under one roof. And then finally, the the two wearables have been released to the public, so you can literally buy it now. The Gear Live, which is the name of Samsung wearable, it costs $199, and the LG G watch costs $229, which is okay, really. And the Moto 360, which I am waiting for, and which probably many of you will, because it looks like an actual watch and actually looks comfortable and actually looks less clunky, but it, due to its circular shape and its awesome design and its awesome watch faces. But unfortunately it won't be releasing right now, it will be releasing later in the year, and the price currently is not known. And then we come to Google Fit. Google Fit is Google Fit issue Apple's health kit. Both are health platform. Both want to bring health under one roof. All the health data from all your smartphones, all your apps, all your fitness trackers, anything. It comes under one roof with Google Fit for Google to analyze that data, for Google to provide you suggestions on that data, to provide you helpful metrics on that data, and that's Google Fit. And then you may remember that The Verge, a popular technology site, leaked certain screenshots of Android TV, which was rumored to be an Android operating system for televisions. And it is so, actually. It actually exists, as Google has announced, and it does look pretty similar to the screenshots leaked by us. So kudos to The Verge. Basically, Android TV is Android for television, and it's not separated at all from the whole experience. Developers even use the same can even use the same tools that they use for Android for making on Android TV, for making apps on Android TV. Also, apps on Android TV are cross-platform, And Android TV, as Android TV is cross platform, the app that developers make for this device will also run on this device, making Android TV having a very big ecosystem from the get-go. And Android TV is also controlled by voice, and it's based on Google Knowledge Graph. Basically, you can leveraging the entire repository of knowledge of Google. Google can actually return your queries with intelligent cards. For example, if you ask which actor acted in this movie, you may get that information along with the other cast, and which is really helpful if you like television, if you like movies, and you can also watch live TV. And there is also potential for games, as there's also potential for games which Razer already announcing a gaming console running Android TV. Many televisions from Sony and Sharp will come running with Android TV, and the future overall looks promising for Android TV, as it priceless, it's more promising, it's more compelling, is simple, it's more functional, has a large ecosystem, and has a lot of hardware partners, which is why Android TV will be more successful than Google's earlier, lesser known and failed venture called Google TV. Then there is Android Auto. It seems that Android is coming everywhere these days. With Android Auto, basically Android for your cars, but it won't be in the traditional sense that you're thinking. Your Android phone will actually compute everything, will actually do everything, and the car's dashboard will basically just be a screen. Android Auto has garnered lots of partners, with major ones being Mercedes and among others, where you can you can play music, change music. You can also navigate using Google's excellent Google Maps, and also use third-party apps which will be developed later. And also, Google unveiled a really interesting initiative called Android One. It's basically a reference platform for OEMs, uh, devices that are cheap, run stock Android, and are guaranteed to get the latest updates. It's basically a way for OEMs to experiment with the operating system before they roll it out to their own devices, and also to get Android to the masses, to the next billion or billions. Also, Google forsaking its Google destroying its tradition for the first time in the history of Android, is releasing a developer preview before its release in the fall, which may reduce fragmentation actually, as manufacturers get a chance to experiment with operating systems before they are released. So as they release, they already get a feel of the new operating system and can roll it out and adapt it faster to their devices. Well, Android L is a completely revamped version of Android, completely redesigned, and it has a lot. It's based on. It has cards. It's also based on cards, and well, there's a lot of depth. There's also depth speak and animations going on. There's a lot of both these, and then it's not only a design upgrade like iOS 6 to iOS 10 Pro. It is as big, and there's also lots of performance upgrades due to the art runtime being integrated instead of direct runtime, which makes it much faster. Actually, art runtime was there in Android 4.4 KitKat, if you may remember, but it was actually hidden because it was unstable and wasn't compatible with a lot of apps. And well, the design is unified across the web and phones with Google's new frameworks and developing tools, which make it more great great. And also, there's something called Project Volta built into Android L, which enables which when enabled allows you to record up to 90 minutes more battery life. Google L is releasing as a developer preview, and if you are a developer, you can slap it down, download it, and test it out. Well, then The Google Chrome cache also received an update at Google iOS 14. Chrome, you can now cache. You can now cache when even when you're not on the same Wi-Fi network. There you can also, and finally, you can mirror your Android device screen onto your Chromecast and throw onto your TV. And also, there's something called backdrop, something like a screensaver with displays when nothing is being cast. Something say like weather, it will say what weather it is, and then Chromebook, their upcoming unification, unification of Chrome OS and Android is there with the Google's latest announcement, which means more integration with each other's ecosystem. First off, let's start with something small. Ability to unlock with Bluetooth authentication, meaning if both your devices are connected to a Google ecosystem and both are paired via Bluetooth. If you bring a Bluetooth enabled smartphone, for example, near your Chromebook, then it will unlock the device without you needing to enter the password. Then Chromebooks, like Apple's continuity between Mac devices and iOS devices, you can actually now display Android notifications on your Chromebook. How cool, how interesting is that? And well, also you can run apps in Chromos, not all compatible, but really interesting. Then there is Drive for Work, which is basically, as the name suggests, Google Drive for businesses for working, which I'm just writing it out of the screen here, so don't mind. Encryption in transit and on server, enhanced admin controls, audit and activity APIs, unlimited storage, and $10 per month. It actually, I think, is a result to OneDrive increasing its pricing, decreasing its pricing, and increasing storage amounts. I think something is related with that. And well, that's it. I may have missed something. Please mention it in the comments. And that's a wrap of my Google Keynote analysis. This was a really great announcement, packed with lots of amazing things. And but there was that excitement missing. It seemed like the there wasn't any engagement. In for example, once um, once the keynote speaker actually held a 1 hour, 1.5 hours question answer session with the audience, and that was more engaging. But and so this time there wasn't anything much exciting things like Project Loon, Project Ara, as mentioned before. Google Glass. There was rumored that a Google Glass will make an appearance at Google I/O, but it was not there. But overall, it was great. And Android Wear finally is going to the consumer stage, which is really great. While the uses of a smartwatches still haven't been defined in our lives, still it's great to see Android Wear move forward. And that's a wrap. Finally, the end of video. Please comment, subscribe, and like this video. Also, like it if you don't, if you didn't like it.